go.
Okay, so now we're back in the shop with the sculpture is pretty much polished. All the main tubes are polished down to here, so I'm not really worrying about the bottom right this minute. We'll do that later on. But all the main stuff is polished, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the little baskets. I like to use a little basket, copper basket down here to catch the balls, and then another one up here to keep the balls in. So when the machine's just neutral. So we're going to make one of those baskets right now. Start off with a piece of wire. This one might be a little short, but we can make it work. So 12 gauge, and this is some 6 gauge wire. I think, if I remember right, this is how I was making them before. So I'll start about there or so, and we'll bend that like that, and then we'll come over back to this side. It's a little tedious. And we'll bend this one like that. And then we'll switch it. And we'll bend like that. You know what? We're not going to use that little wire. I just do it by hand, and then we'll crimp all the ends down. So that basket should be wide enough. It's kind of why I like using this small wire so much. It's so easy to bend and make what you want to make out of it without killing yourself. That 8 gauge or so and down from there is really a bear to work with your hands. Okay, so we got like that, like that, and this will be the end, so we're doing the middle, in the middle like that. Okay, so that's what we got. That's just by hand, basically. You want to make it so it's all as flat as you can make it without it being all wobbly. Then I'll use this and just kind of crimp these ends down a little bit more so it tighten up the weave of the basket, basically. Okay, so we got something like that. Again, always try to keep it as flat as you can. So there's our little catch basket for the balls. When the balls come down, they plop down in this little basket. So now what I want to do is figure out where the basket goes. I'm going to probably end up putting the basket, since this is the lowest point basically, we'll probably put the basket just right in here. And so let's see, looks like it's going to go, I'll bend this one around like that. And clip it so that hooks like that, and then we'll do the other one. We'll stretch it a little bit, stretch it out and pull that like that, and then we'll clip this, and now there's your basket. And it holds itself in place to solder, so that's pretty nice. So it's not quite a basket yet, it's kind of a basket. So to make it more of a basket, you just kind of bend these. Something like that. Something so that the balls just come and land in there and pretty much stay without going crazy. That should do the trick. Okay, so since this is already all polished and ready to go, we'll just clean this end real quick and this end real quick. Put a little flux. Where's my stuff? Here's my flux. A little flux. A little flux. And then these hook on. And we're ready to solder. Don't heat it up too much so that it heats this hoop up or anything near it that can fall off. You know, the one below it, that's going to be no big deal, but I don't know how many times I've been... Yeah, okay. So we got a little run. The way that I find to get excess solder off, oh, this one's lucky because it can roll into the piece below it. The best way I've found to get excess solder off is to heat it up and dab it off. Okay. So that's that. We'll let that cool down for a minute and then you can kind of shape it better while it's in there. And then, so that's one basket. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the top basket for up here. And we'll come back and we'll run the wire. What else? We'll run the wire and then kind of get it running and make sure everything's good. And then we'll do a final cleaning. And we'll paint it and it'll be done. So that's it for now.